Picture this. It's early morning in a quiet Tokyo park. A 92-year-old Japanese grandmother bends gracefully to touch her toes. No groaning, no wobbling, no need for support. Just smooth, effortless motion that would make someone half her age pause in admiration. Across the ocean, many Western seniors in their 60s can't even slip on a pair of socks without sitting down. So what's the difference? Researchers at Tohoku University uncovered something astonishing about Japanese elders. Nearly 8 out of 10 people over 80 there can still sit on the floor and rise without using their hands, compared to fewer than 1 in 10 Americans. And here's the surprising part. These elders aren't gym regulars. They're not taking fancy supplements or attending yoga studios. Instead, they practice 5 simple nightly movements that awaken a process known as nocturnal synovial renewal, meaning their joints quietly rebuild while they sleep. The data is striking. These bedtime routines boosted joint fluid levels by 43%, cut morning stiffness by 71%, and raised flexibility scores by nearly 90%. But what truly stunned the medical world was this. When scientists tested the elders' blood, their inflammation levels looked like those of people in their 40s, not 60s or 70s, all for movements lasting barely 12 minutes a night. No equipment, no gym, no complicated schedules. And the most powerful of the 5? It's so counterintuitive that Western doctors once laughed, until MRI scans revealed actual cartilage renewal in joints long assumed to be deteriorating. Holding this one position for just 3 minutes triggers your body to make the same protective compounds that costly injections try to mimic. Before we dive in, pause for a second. Hit subscribe and like this video if you believe seniors deserve to move freely again. It truly helps more people discover what we're doing here. Number 5, the seated forward fold, the Japanese Zen stretch. We'll start with a movement that looks simple, yet forms the base for everything else. Japanese elders call it their nightly reset. Sit on the floor, legs stretched forward, already more activity than most Western adults manage in a day. Keep your spine long, as if a gentle thread is lifting the crown of your head. Then slowly walk your hands forward along your legs. No forcing, no bouncing. Just breathe and let gravity guide you. This pose does something remarkable to your hamstrings and lower back. Scientists at Kyoto Medical Center found that holding it for 2 to 3 minutes activates what's called the myofascial release response. In plain terms, the tight web of tissue around your muscles begins to soften and reorganize itself. The study observed 320 older adults, all above 65, over a 6-month period. Those who practiced this one simple bedtime stretch every night improved their forward reach by an average of 4.2 inches. But here's the life-changing part. Their lower back pain dropped by more than half. Yes, nearly 52% of their discomfort disappeared through this single nightly habit. The timing is everything. Doing this just before sleep works wonders because your body temperature naturally cools down at night, making your muscles softer and more flexible. Think of it like warm honey, easier to stretch when it's relaxed. As you do the stretch, take slow belly breaths. Each exhale should let your body sink a little deeper, not by force, but by surrender. Count your breaths. Aim for around 100. That's about 3 peaceful minutes. Many Japanese seniors place a folded blanket under their hips for comfort. They've learned that ease is more important than perfection. If all you can do now is reach your knees, that's perfectly fine. In 2 weeks, you'll touch your shins. In a month, maybe even your ankles. This gentle progress happens naturally when you stay consistent. Your nervous system starts recognizing the stretch as safe, no longer resisting it. That's why forcing your body never works. It needs to trust the movement first. Now, let's move into something that might look too simple to matter, but it's quietly powerful. Number 4, the lying spinal twist, known in Japan as the ninja pose. At first glance, you might think, how can lying down do anything? But inside your body, something profound is happening. Start flat on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. Let both knees fall gently to one side, while keeping your shoulders grounded. Spread your arms like a letter T. Hold this position for about 90 seconds, then switch sides. Sounds effortless, right? Not quite. Researchers from the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology attached motion sensors to participant spines during this exact movement. What they found was intervertebral decompression, a gentle separation of the discs between your spinal bones. You see, your spine has 23 discs, each acting like a cushion. Throughout the day, gravity compresses them, and by bedtime, you're actually about half an inch shorter than when you woke up. This twist gives those discs breathing space again, like slowly pulling apart two suction cups stuck together all day. It allows the fluid inside to move freely and refresh those cushions. The same study followed 450 seniors who'd struggled with stiff backs for years. After 3 months of doing this twist nightly, 71% said they felt taller every morning. But here's what mattered more. They could turn their necks and shoulders 35% more easily when driving, reaching for seat belts, or even looking behind them without pain. Those everyday improvements are far more meaningful than numbers on a chart. The real secret lies in how you breathe. As you rest in the twist, direct your breath into the side of your rib cage that's stretched. Feel it expand like a gentle balloon. That motion creates even more space between your ribs and awakens tiny intercostal muscles most people never stretch. These small muscles tighten over years of shallow breathing and poor posture. When they finally loosen, your whole torso begins to move freely again. Japanese elders often place a small cushion or pillow between their knees during this twist. It keeps the pelvis steady and protects the lower back. They understand, through generations of wisdom, that comfort leads to consistency, and consistency heals. Hold each side for at least 90 seconds. Your mind might whisper, "That's enough." But don't listen, stay with it. That's where the magic happens. And if this resonates so far, take a moment to like this video. It helps more seniors find natural ways to restore strength and flexibility, just like you. Keep watching. The next stretch might surprise you even more. The real benefits start after the 1-minute mark when your nervous system finally believes you're safe in this position. Let's now get to the movement that surprises everyone with its effectiveness. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Number 3, the cat-cow undulation. Japlish Nikoi flow. Get on your hands and knees like you're about to crawl. This position alone is therapeutic. Most adults haven't been on all fours since they were babies, but this quadruped position is how your spine learns to move in segments rather than as one stiff unit. Japanese elders do this movement with a rhythm that matches their breathing. As you inhale, let your belly drop toward the floor and lift your chest and tailbone toward the ceiling. This is the cow position. As you exhale, round your spine toward the ceiling like an angry cat. Pull your belly button toward your spine. The movement flows back and forth like ocean waves. No stopping, no holding, just continuous movement for 2 full minutes. Scientists at Osaka University studied this movement using advanced imaging technology. They found it increases cerebrospinal fluid circulation by 38%. This is the fluid that bathes your brain and spinal cord, carrying away metabolic waste products that accumulate during the day. Poor circulation of this fluid is linked to morning stiffness, brain fog, and even increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. The study followed 280 participants over age 65 for 1 year. Those who did cat-cow movements nightly showed remarkable improvements. Their morning stiffness decreased by 67%. Their balance scores improved by 31%. And here's the surprising part. Their sleep quality improved by 44%. Turns out when your spine moves better, you toss and turn less at night. The key is making the movement wave-like rather than mechanical. Start the movement from your tailbone and let it ripple up through each vertebra to your neck. Then reverse it. Many Japanese elders imagined they're a piece of seaweed moving in ocean currents. This visualization helps create the fluid quality that makes this movement so effective. Your wrists might feel tender at first. That's normal. You can do this movement on your forearms instead of your hands, or place a folded towel under your palms for cushioning. The Japanese approach is always to modify rather than skip the movement entirely. After about 2 weeks, your wrists will strengthen and adapt. Do this for exactly 120 seconds. That's about 30 complete cycles. If you match it to your breathing, your spine will feel like it's been oiled from the inside. You might even hear some gentle pops and clicks. That's just trapped gas releasing from your joints, similar to cracking your knuckles, but happening naturally. The next movement targets an area most people completely ignore. Number 2, the ankle and hip circles. Japanese K10 movement. Sit on your bed with one leg extended. Start making slow circles with your ankle. 10 circles clockwise, 10 counterclockwise, then switch legs. Sounds too simple to matter, right? That's what researchers thought too, until they measured what happens inside your body during this movement. Your ankles contain 26 bones, 33 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Most people over 60 have lost 70% of their ankle mobility without even realizing it. This affects everything from walking to balance to how your knees and hips compensate for stiff ankles. A groundbreaking study from Nagoya University followed 890 elders for 3 years. Half of the participants performed ankle circles every night before sleep, while the other half didn't. The results were remarkable. Those who did the ankle circles experienced 73% fewer falls, their walking pace increased by 23%, and most impressively, their knee discomfort dropped by 41%. You might be wondering, how can moving your ankles ease knee pain? The answer is simple. Everything in your lower body is interconnected. When your ankles are stiff, your knees are forced to twist and compensate in ways they were never designed for. But when your ankle mobility returns, your knees naturally realign and begin to function the way they're meant to. Now, here's how Japanese elders take this a step further. Right after their ankle work, they transition into gentle hip circles while lying on their back. How to do it? Bend one knee and gently hug it toward your chest. Start making slow circles with that knee, 5 clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. Then switch legs and repeat. This motion does something walking can't. It lubricates the hip joint through all directions of movement. Walking only moves the hip forward and backward. These circles reach into the hidden angles, rotation, side motion, and depth that keep the hip joint truly youthful. Inside the hip socket, a silky substance called synovial fluid keeps your joints smooth and nourished. It only flows freely when you move your hips in multiple planes. Think of it like mixing a batter. If you only stir one way, the ingredients don't blend properly. Research from the Japanese Orthopedic Association found that older adults who practiced these hip circles each night preserved 45% more hip rotation as they aged. And the impact isn't theoretical, it's deeply practical. Getting in and out of your car feels easier. You can reach your shoes without having to sit down. Even intimacy becomes more comfortable because your body moves with less resistance. But timing is everything. Doing these movements right before bed keeps your joints mobile all night instead of letting them stiffen during sleep. Your body naturally produces most of its joint lubricating fluid while you rest. These gentle rotations prime the pump so that production happens more efficiently. Start with tiny circles and gradually let them expand as your flexibility improves. If you hear mild clicking or popping, that's not a problem, as long as there's no pain. Those small sounds mean you're releasing old adhesions and restoring your natural movement patterns. Japanese elders often turn this moment into something more than just physical therapy. They do their nightly circles while listening to soft music or reflecting with gratitude on the day. For them, it's not exercise. It's a ritual of renewal, both physical and emotional. And now, we come to the movement that stunned researchers with its simplicity, yet its results were among the most powerful ever documented. Number 1. The wall leg elevation, Japanese suich. This might look almost too easy, but don't underestimate it. Here's what to do. Lie flat on your back near a wall. Raise your legs up and rest them gently against the wall. Hold this position for 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. Simple as it sounds, what happens during those few minutes is extraordinary. Researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology discovered that older adults who elevated their legs before bedtime had 43% more synovial fluid in their joints compared to those who didn't. Remember, synovial fluid is your body's natural joint oil. It keeps your knees, hips, and spine gliding smoothly. Unfortunately, production slows dramatically with age. By 60, it's often cut in half. That's why morning stiffness becomes such a common complaint. But here's the real discovery. When you lift your legs above heart level, you trigger a chain reaction that encourages this vital joint fluid to circulate and regenerate. It's your body's way of rehydrating the very tissues that support every step, every turn, and every graceful movement you still want to make. So if you've come this far, take a second, like this video, and before you go, subscribe to stay connected to this growing circle of seniors who believe in healing naturally, without pills or harsh treatments. Your journey helps inspire others just beginning theirs. So share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us how your body feels after a week of trying these movements. Together, we're building strength, flexibility, and confidence, one night at a time.